This is 13 Now. I'm Subrina Dhammi with your afternoon update of what's going on here at News Channel 13 and what we're working on. And we start with more of our exclusive Survey USA poll addressing a wide range of issues and topics ahead of primary day. Dan Levy is working on this today one more time, and he joins us from the newsroom as he is taking a minute away from working on his story to fill us in, Dan, on some of what we will learn from this poll today.
Well, we've already learned that our pollsters have been very busy, Sabrina. Yesterday, we told everyone the results of our exclusive News Channel 13 Survey USA poll regarding the gubernatorial race and the primaries that are now just 6 days away. You'll recall the results indicated Hochul is on a trajectory to win the Democratic primary over Swazi and Williams in a landslide, and that she would easily defeat any of the Republican candidates in the general election in November. Now, later today, we will be releasing poll results on Joe Biden's popularity here in New York State, or some might say the lack thereof. We know that right now, he's not doing so well in nationwide polls, so we wanted to find out how the commander-in-chief is doing in New York State. And this, of course, is the progressive capital of the country, so it's interesting to find out, and I think our viewers will be interested to find out how he's doing here. Now, also, we polled New Yorkers on gun laws. We asked them if it's more important for them to see a reduction of mass shootings, or is it more important to protect the rights of gun owners. We have gathered lots and lots of intriguing results to those issues, and we will share them with everyone beginning at 4 o'clock on News Channel 13, live at 4. Sabrina, I know you will be there, and I hope our YouTube viewers will be with us too.
Yeah, a lot interesting, Dan, because there's so much to dissect from this poll. So breaking it out, day by day really allows people to grasp the findings from it.
I agree. It's nice to know how some of your neighbors and friends are thinking about this. And some of the polls have overwhelming results and others are a coin toss, but it's interesting to look at them and study them.
Yeah, and you're so good at looking at this stuff. So, Dan, thanks for taking a minute to talk with us about this, and we will see you live at 4. All right. So we also are taking a look at a restaurant in Albany, dealt with major flooding and had to shut down for quite some time, the Copper Crow restaurant. And Jonathan Hunter got a chance to look inside today and find out how they're doing. And Jonathan also working on his story from the newsroom right now, taking a moment to fill us in, Jonathan, on what people will hear live at 4.
Yeah, Sabrina, I actually have a pretty good story today. One of those stories that is somewhat heartfelt. I was actually joking with our producers that you actually may even cry listening to some of the sound bites from today's story. But yeah, back in January, the Copper Crow, the restaurant in Albany, they have a warehouse above the restaurant, and there was a frozen, pipes that bursted. And essentially this caused 65,000 gallons of water to go inside the restaurant, and it caused hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of damage. So as a result, the last 6 months, they've had crews inside working to clean it up. And right now, they're in the process of just finishing up a few things. They've had people to come inside to do some painting. They still got to clean the floors. But essentially, the restaurant is in a pretty good shape. We were there today, and it looks like they are set to reopen July 15th. And this is also another good story because the Copper Crow actually opened in January, and they had to delay their opening because of the pandemic. So they were only open for 2 weeks. Then they had this flood, and obviously they had to shut down the last 6 months. So it's been a little bit of a back and forth. Jason Pierce, really good guy, good owner. He even said it's almost like being in a boxing ring. He just can't catch a break. It's like you open, then you got to try to find the staff. Then you have the delayed opening because of the pandemic. Then you finally get open. You're open for 2 weeks. Then you have this catastrophic flood that closes the place for the last 6 months. So today I was, yeah.
True labor of love, Jonathan, with trying to get everything fixed for them after going through those ups and downs.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, when I talked to Jason today, he said when he walked inside, he was crying looking at the damage. And I think on July 15th, he'll be crying as well.
Wow. All right, Jonathan, we're looking forward to your story live at 4. Thanks for taking a moment to chat with us.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Well, the school year is wrapping up for most districts. What a year it has been as we round things out. A lot of kids, maybe today is their last day of school. So teachers, of course, had to deal with the challenges of COVID for a second year in a row. also the tragedies across the country, the mass shooting in Uvalde, Texas. So it prompted me to want to find out, how are our teachers doing? How are educators doing? So we sat down with 5 educators, and we have a 2-part series on this, but here's a little preview of what's to come. How are you doing as a teacher right now?
It's been a tough last couple of years. I think everyone would agree with that.
I'm more tired this year than I've ever been.
The flexibility of the teachers the past few years has just been above and beyond.
I think myself and teachers are tired. They're tired just because the lift has been so enormous.
It was a lot of requirements and quarantines and so many kids absent.
So again, our 2-part series starts today, live at 4 and 6, and we find out more about, what the teachers have to say as we finish this tough school year. It's a very interesting conversation. So that, again, starting live at 4. All right, let's get a check on the forecast now. It's the first full day of summer, but it sure still does not feel like it, Paul.
Now, sometimes Mother Nature likes to give us a little tease and play games with us, right? Another overcast day, Subrina. Not pretty out there, especially for somebody like you who really likes the warmth of summer, right?
Right. Well, because yesterday you were saying average is what, 80 or above right now?
Yeah, 80, 81, right in that ballpark, yeah.
And where are we right now?
Yeah, it's like in the upper 60s, some places even cooler than that. You don't get the sun, you don't get the warmth, right? And that's what's going on outside right now. Take a look at Saratoga Springs behind me. That's the slate gray overcast, a little bit of a breeze. It doesn't feel cold out, but in this time of year, it should be better than 67 here in the middle of the afternoon. South breeze at about 10, 12 miles an hour, helping push it towards 70. And if we get some hints or glimpses of sun, we may hit 70 in a lot of these places. Look out toward Brookfield, Rome, Camden, all up around 80. That's where the sun and the warmth is. And that's also where we're going to see some scattered showers and thunderstorms. But unlike yesterday, a drier day today. So I think we're going to get late afternoon and evening plans in without the rain like we had yesterday. But you can see a lot of clouds diving in from the north. The hour-by-hour forecast will show, despite the cloud cover, generally dry weather through this evening. A couple of showers start to show up late tonight. And I think one more push from a front out here to our west, that'll be in our direction, will mean scattered showers tomorrow afternoon around lunchtime, a few more through the evening, but then we're off and running into the weekend. And thank goodness that means good weather for us. 72 today, clouds, glimpses of sun, a passing shower, but generally dry. 60 tonight. And again, as that front approaches, a few showers, a better chance of showers, maybe a rumble of thunder Thursday. Then look what happens. Back to sun on Friday, 81. And you were waiting for summer. Here it is, right in time for the weekend. Lots of sunshine both days in the upper 80s to around 90. We'll throw in some humidity as well. Next chance of showers and thunderstorms, Subrina, arriving on the Sunday night and into Monday. So a little bit of everything, a little cool stuff, but it all comes back over the weekend, which is nice.
A forecast like this, I think, for summertime really satisfies everyone, because people who don't like it super hot, they get that. And then this is a picture perfect weekend for me. My goodness.
Yeah, it looks great. I mean, you make the plans at the pool, whether it's poolside, you go to area lakes, waterways. It's just going to be great for that too. Perfect.
It's the absolute best. So Paul, don't go anywhere, because I wanted to show you this one clip. We've been talking about this 20-year-old from Burnt Hills who has made it on America's Got Talent, and he was on last night, advanced to the second round. His name is Kieran Rhodes. Take a look at the clip from last night.
Disengage. Get out of range.
Wow.
We weren't made to change.
So the best part of this, Paul, was he started out with a Billy Joel song. And Simon Cowell said, "What are you doing? Do you have any of your original songs?" So that's what he ended up performing. It's called Disengage. Okay. His own song. He wrote it. He put the music to it. And that's what got him through.
That's great. There's a great story, because they always like to see you change it up, right? Multifaceted, do a hit song, right? And then maybe something that you could just pull out of your own. And that's a real artist.
Yes, absolutely. And we have such talent here in the Capital Region. We know others have made it far, so we're rooting for Kieran as well, just 20 years old.
Yeah, that's great. Something to follow over the summer, right? Root for the Capital Region.
Exactly. All right, Paul, we will see you live at 4. Thank you so much. And thank you all for joining us. Quick check on what's ahead live at 4 as well. We're once again looking into this issue with the Cambridge school mascot. It's another turn in this story. Interesting story. Stella Porter has an update on that. Of course, Jonathan's story on the Copper Crow, the flooding issues there and how they're finally reopening. And Elaine Houston has part 2 of her series on reparations as we continue our stories on Juneteenth and what more needs to change according to lawmakers out there. So thank you again, and we will see you on air starting live at 4.